Chew on This, where we practice theology as a community in the reality of our messy lives. This discussion comes from our Maranatha Forest Lake Wednesday Night Church, the pastoral preaching notes, and the live large group discussion these notes prompted, something we like to call a community-based learning experience. Pastor Orlean, your host, has been ministering as part of Maranatha since the inception of the church almost 45 years ago. She loves studying God's Word, sharing what she has learned, and encouraging all to chew on this with Jesus and others. Along with her passion for Jesus and solid theology, she loves spending time with family, hiking in the woods, and taking curious and peculiar pictures. So come on, chew on this with us.
Thank you so much for joining us for Chew on This Conversations. This is Pastor Orlean along with Pastor Robin, Pastor Michelle, and our producer Lauren. And all of us want to thank you for joining us this Tuesday for another Chew on This Conversation, where a crew of us dialogue, parlay, chit-chat, shinwag, spinning yarn, ponder, and chew over biblical concepts, personal viewpoints, first impressions, and persistent ideas. Yes, it is a run-on sentence. We're competing with Paul in the book of Romans. Yes. Other Chew on This Conversations in series are available on yourliferadio.com. Look for the Chew on This icon. We are here having a two-day, Monday and Tuesday conversation all about Thanksgiving and how it's part of our life. How it, on Monday's show we talked about the biblical roots and the extrapolation and how much of it is wrapped into the process of communion and how you can do that. And then with the encouragement to bring that into your everyday life and bring it definitely into this year's Thanksgiving celebration. Now, today I'd like to talk a little bit more on a lighter note. We're going to look at how it actually became an American holiday, the process, and who brought it there. And then we're going to look at, there was one more thing here. I moved my notes. Or we're going to define.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to have a quiz. You guys aren't going to be able to look, and you can tell me if it's a verb, adverb, if it's a transitive or an intransitive. Oh, I just love all that stuff. I have to look it up, and I never can remember. Oh,
so
yes,
I just
Pastor
had a thought
Michelle,
while we were
she
in
raised her hand.
I did.
Did anybody see that in our listening audience?
But I had the question, do other countries celebrate Thanksgiving, or is it strictly a Thanksgiving?
It's an American holiday. Canada
it's actually
does.
not.
Canada does, but
Japan does.
Oh, Japan
South
does.
Korea, Liberia, Germany, Norfolk, the Netherlands.
Well,
they
there
all
we
do
go.
it. Just different
Wonderful. Times of the year.
Yeah, different kinds of things. So I thought, I wonder, is it just an American holiday? Because that's what we think of. But
Correct.
No, there are other.
Oh, now I have to go
ones.
look for that. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But
So-
we won't do that today. But
No.
don't forget,
I
because we
won't.
have next year we can start writing.
Yeah, I want to know what they cook.
Oh, yes, you would.
Could you imagine?
Well, I tell you what, I'll buy the groceries, you do all the cooking, and I'll come over, and we can have different types of Thanksgiving dinners.
Japanese
There we go.
Thanksgiving.
Japanese Thanksgiving, yes.
That'd be great.
How about a Canadian one? Gravy. All right, here we go. One Woman's Crusade. We're going to be looking at, or having a story here about, let's see, her name is Sarah Hale, and how in the world she moved this idea. It got stuck in her. It's in her being that this needs to be a national holiday. And it's interesting because, let's see when this started, somewhere in the 1800s. Slow and coming, many, okay. Thanksgiving was an on-again, off-again thing that was in our country until it became a national holiday. Okay, it was celebrated by some didn't. There wasn't the situation and the structure that we know today. That didn't happen until about in the 1800s. So she was a young widow. She had 5 children, and she ran a milliner shop. When I go to heaven, I will live in that district of heaven where there's, and I know you're in the yarn shop right next to me.
Yes.
You know, Michelle and Robin, you're probably in the yarn shop too. So yes, all right. And Lauren, what shop are you in when you go to heaven?
My bed.
You're snoozing. I'd let you know that all the snoozing will be done by the time you get there. So you're going to be in the mattress factory. What would that be?
Yeah.
We're going to cots,
Yeah, she'll be in
comfy
the gym,
chairs.
I think.
Oh, the gym. Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine being able to jump and not have to stop? Because I don't think gravity is going to be an issue.
Oh.
So you're going to be able to fly and jump, and you can pick clouds. You can jump in and fly. It has to be.
What is that movie? Flubber?
Oh, yeah, Flubber, yes.
That's the newer one, the older one, too. We just watched it, actually,
Yes.
with
Yeah.
and jump, and he could jump really high and hit baskets.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then you can go lay down in your really comfy bed that you get to make because, you have all this opportunity. So while we're there, coming back to planet Earth, here we go. Sarah Hale got a hold of this idea. She was a young widow with 5 kids. And she did her writing in her spare moments. So it's a hobby of hers, a discipline of hers, and it became her work. And so she would write, and in 1823, her first book appeared. And then, because of how good that was, she was hired as an editor for a small magazine. And then in 1837, she was named editor of Godey's. Is that how you would pronounce that?
I have no idea.
Godey's Ladies Book. Well, we're just going to say it's Godey's Ladies Book because I'm sure everyone in our listening audience has read it. All right? And it was the nation's foremost women magazine at the time. So there's a women magazine. She becomes the editor of it. And then the circulation mushroomed. She knew what she was doing. She was fulfilling the call in her life, what she was designed to do outside of her being a mom and then taking care of her family. But Godey's wasn't a Christian magazine, but Sarah, as a very committed Episcopalian, she was a devout Christian who injected religious issues into her editorials and that. And in 1846, she launched a crusade to establish Thanksgiving as a holiday. Not because we need to have Thanksgiving as a holiday, but because she thought with Thanksgiving being in there, it gives us an opportunity to reflect on what God has done for us. And if any of you have ever listened to any of the stuff, either be it Ken Burns or the guy who writes History Doesn't Suck, the podcast, you look at how we became a country, you have to realize that there was supernatural things happening in and of that. It's just a crazy, crazy story. And it breaks your heart when you see what war does. It never changes war, what it does. So here, she is saying that Thanksgiving is going to improve our state of a country and who we are as people. And she wrote editorials about it, poetry stories. There were turkey recipes. And by 1859, 30 governors had agreed. She wrote them and told what Thanksgiving could be, and 30 governors had agreed to have a common day of Thanksgiving. But still, there was no national holiday. And we are now in the process of going towards the Civil War, and she's seeing it is coming. And she decided to a new tactic that she wrote that disunion, the breaking apart of America, could be averted by having a Thanksgiving where every state in the Union would join in being thankful for who they are and what God has done on the 24th of November. And it didn't happen. So in 1861, the war erupted. And in 1863, she wrote President Lincoln. And I'm laying this before you. I'm laying before you a subject of deep interest. The day of our annual Thanksgiving made a national and fixed Union festival. And finally, the beleaguered president, and that's what the article says, agreed. On October 3rd, 1863, he established Thanksgiving as a national holiday for the last Thursday of November. Even in war, Lincoln said, we can count our blessings. They are gracious gifts of the Most High God, who, while dealing with us in anger for our sins, has nevertheless remembered mercy. And just found that to be an interesting article
of how it came to be
and who she was and all the things going on in her life and handling the expectations of that time, handling her life that way, but still being able to pursue what God had designed her to do.
And it wasn't a quick process. This took 10 years. This was like a 10-year mission in her life.
and she never gave up.
Correct. Can you guys think of something that took like 10 years in your life, something that was long besides raising kids? If you're looking at being committed to something, and Lauren, I can ask you that too. I know 10 years takes you back to young ages. And mine, it brings you back a few wrinkles ago, but not much else. Something that you did?
I think about when we chose as a family to homeschool. You know, I didn't know when we began that it was going to be a 17-year journey, but being committed to that every day during that 17 years was like probably one of the biggest things I've ever done.
Well, we also homeschooled, and that was funny because there was a thing that came out recently about this lady. She's like, I didn't want to get up early in the morning. And really, that is why I started homeschooling. I quit working, and I thought, I won't have to get up and take her to school. So I started homeschooling.
Whatever motivates you, right?
And then we did, I don't even know how many years we homeschooled, but just the continual process and how that changed. And not giving up when things got hard and what we were doing didn't seem to work, and changing. I know you're laughing because it's a never-ending
Problem solving.
But who gets to do 8th grade 7 times?
Exactly. Yeah. And the thing, and then again, it really was a walk with Jesus. So we have a son who has disabilities, and the change of the homeschool to public school, which was a completely different entity for me. But knowing that that was the best for him
Yeah.
was to have him be in school, where we would not be adversaries, but I could be his advocate.
Yeah.
So that's always was my job. So yeah, it was the
Okay, schooling.
long-term
Yeah.
homeschooling.
How about you?
I'm going to ask Lauren first, and
yeah.
then I'll answer it. How about you, Lauren? Something you've worked long and hard at?
I feel like basketball and just, starting from a young age and just playing at the YMCA to where I am now and just competitive and
Yep.
just growing in that.
It's just an amazing.
So cool.
That makes me a bit envious because
Yeah.
I hike, and that's about it. I can ride a bicycle, and that's good. I drive a motorcycle. But when it comes to athletic endeavors, I leave that up to my crazy balanced husband and the
Yes.
children that I have produced that also have athletic ability. Yes. No, mine would be I have never finished my 4-year degree. I have picked it up and dropped it down a few times depending on what calamity and where I'm needed. And right now work has just been all inclusive, as we all know, sitting around this table. So it has been about a year since I have done any homework, maybe longer than a year. I'm guessing maybe even 2 years. And so I have to look at that. Do you really want to finish all of that? And thankfully the schooling organization has been very gracious with me because they know what I do
Yep.
for work. So, yep, and it's there. It isn't I would love to because I just love learning and I love the discipline. The thing that's really hard is when you have to write papers that mean absolutely nothing to you. I
Yeah.
do not, and that's good for me because,
Yep.
the older you get, the less sometimes you have to do things that you don't like. And it's like, no, that's a good one. Not that I can't write. I love writing. It's just, I'm all right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to write about what I want to write about, not about what
and-
you want me to write about.
Yeah, so just finishing that up would
Yeah.
be a thing, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have encouraged me actually there. I'm like, oh, should I do that? And I haven't gotten to do that, so I haven't done it.
Done what?
Get my degree. I don't have a 4-year degree.
I've got about 2 years done. I've
Yeah.
got 2 more to go. So it's like, we'll get there if we need to. I just love the learning. You can't beat it. Yeah.
Well, even getting my license, I was on the 10-year plan.
Yeah.
And because life came along and doing all that, but just continuing, you talk, Pastor Robin, you talk about the long obedience in the same direction, just doing what it is that God's asked you to do in that direction. Yep.
Yeah. So there's our first, Thanksgiving little tidbit, and then I think it would be. Don't look at your paper, and I'm going to see if you guys can tell me what the. I love words, right?
Oh, yeah.
And every time I'm coming across describing what the word is, whether it's a noun, adjective, verb, all these things, those things I can usually get. But it's when they use words like transitive and intransitive and all that. Oh yeah, right. All right. So we're going to look at the words dealing with thankfulness, Thanksgiving. Thanks, thankless, thankfully. What are they? If we can nail it. Oh, I know Lauren should know this because she's younger than all of us. What it is. So just the word thank, THANK. What is it? Is it a noun? Is it I'm not going to make you guys, is it an adjective? Is it an adverb? Is it plural?
Thank is a verb.
It is a verb. It's a transitive verb.
Oh,
yeah. She can write the hymn and she knows this stuff.
I'm like,
Okay. So the transitive means it can take an object with the action. So it's attached to, the object is attached to the action, is what I'm guessing that would mean.
Okay.
So, all right. To express gratitude to.
okay.
So thanks it's a verb, and it is attached to whatever you're thankful for, right? With
So you
that,
can't do it without, you can't
thing.
just be thankful. I'm thankful.
Well, thankful
to
is
who
an
or-
adjective.
Yeah.
Thank is a verb.
Right, but you can't thank somebody. You can't just be
Right, thank
thank.
has to be attached to.
I thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how smart they are. Lauren, we be old, but there's some going here, right? Okay, so thankful is an adjective and modifies a noun and describes it. So you're conscious of a benefit received. My husband would absolutely hate this portion. We're expressive of thanks. So use thankful in a sentence. Lauren, can you use thankful in a sentence for us?
I am thankful for my family.
Yeah, see, look how
Nice.
smart she is. She's using an adjective. It modifies the noun, which is family. All right? As if I know what I'm doing.
No,
I just think this is fun.
awesome.
So if I'm doing it wrong, all you English teachers out there and English majors, sorry. Thankfully, which is an adverb, it modifies or qualifies. Yeah, modifies or qualifies. Place, time, circumstance, manner. And you guys can look on your paper.
Oh, sorry, yes,
Yeah, if
I
you
just-
want to. Yeah. It's
was
just
obeying.
thankfully.
You were.
I know you were.
I
She's
thought
so
we were done
obedient.
with obeying. Sorry.
I was done with obeying.
We're over 60. You're done with obeying.
If only. No, not really.
I know.
Never.
I know. Yeah, I know. Who wants to be the person who doesn't? I don't like that. Okay, so thankfully it's an adverb. It modifies in a thankful manner, but that's not the
I
right
usually
thankful.
makes it the adverb.
Oh, there. See, look at you, homeschool parents. Yes,
Yeah.
it makes one thankful. So thankfully, thankfully this happened because it makes you thankful. I don't quite understand the thankfully one as well as the other two that we read. It modifies or qualifies.
It's the attitude. I'm thankfully going. I'm thankfully.
So
Tonight, I thankfully get to go to the Pentatonics concert tonight.
Oh, yes, you do.
So
Very nice.
I'm expecting
Yeah.
pictures.
yes, of course. I
Yeah.
even this morning, like I have to make sure my phone is fully charged.
Oh, yes.
I'm
yes.
so excited.
or bring your spare battery thing.
Yes, I do have one of
Yeah,
those.
I
Yes.
do too.
Yep. Oh shoot, I forgot my. Okay, sorry.
There we go. Oh, make yourself a note. You
Note.
forgot something. Yes.
I have a baby purse because you're not allowed to bring big purses
Oh, that's
in.
right. A baby purse.
A baby
see-through
purse.
one. Yeah. When you travel, you should always have a little see-through purse.
Yes, yeah.
Because we ended up some places where we couldn't bring them. Yeah. I just thought, you should have a big warning because I travel with my food wherever
Yes.
I go. Yes. So thankless is an adjective. Thanks is a plural noun because there's an S on the end.
Yep.
Thanksgiving, though, is a noun. It's the act of giving thanks. So Thanksgiving is the act of giving thanks. So, no, we won't do that.
Use them all in a sentence.
Yes, that's right.
I think we should make Pastor Robin do that. She was so
yes.
good at those sentences.
Yeah.
Use all these
of them.
words.
Have a long
in
run on
sentence.
Paul type of sentence and use all of them. You thankless co-workers who
I need a minute.
I need a minute. Yeah. Thankfully, I don't have to go home with you.
On Thanksgiving Day.
Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. We got that one. We did
Okay.
that one. There we go. Could either of you describe how Thanksgiving started? In one of our articles that I pulled up, someone said it started in Texas.
Yeah.
And that's Texas. That was my first response. Like, Texas? Of course it started in Texas. Oh, yeah. Was the first Thanksgiving really held by Pilgrims shortly after the Mayflower anchored at Plymouth. Texans claim the first Thanksgiving in America was proclaimed in Palo Duro Canyon by Padre Juan Dia for Coronado's troops in 1541, 79 years before the Pilgrims arrived. And it's like, of course it did, because everything starts in Texas.
Well, really, you could get really spiritual and biblical, and they did it back in Israel. You know, they did it Old Testament. They had days of Thanksgiving. They had all of that.
Yeah.
So we can really go back.
American Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So now we know that many other countries celebrate Thanksgiving. It's
Yes.
not just
Yeah.
our
Yes.
holiday.
Yeah.
And Texas was another country at that time, so it doesn't count.
At that time?
Oh,
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
At that time?
Well, yeah, because they were their own country,
Oh,
which is
it's
why
amazing, their history.
they get to fly their
Have you
flag.
been? Have you been?
I lived
you
in Texas
lived in
for 2 years.
Did you go to the Alamo?
I did.
Yeah.
It
What
was
did you think of that?
shocking to me.
How tiny?
It was so small. It was like, I have to get out of this building. This is claustrophobic. Like, there were so many people.
Yeah.
We were in there in the summertime.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like my head's going to hit the top of this thing.
Yes.
It was very small. It was so shocking to me how small it was, because it's not what you think of at all.
Because the
It's
stories
not.
are big.
Oh, the
Yes.
stories are big. And it is a very big story.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
humongous.
Yes.
But if you've never been to the capital of Texas, I am not a museum person on a regular basis, but we went to the capital of Texas more in the 2 years that we lived there than I was ever at any other place. It's a fascinating building, and the history of it.
So it's like a museum.
It is. It's very amazing. It's very amazing. And they have a perfect, this has nothing to do with Thanksgiving. I was thankful for the dome
There you
within
go.
the
You
dome
just-
that they had.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's amazing, the architecture of it. So you can stand on one side of the circle, and I can whisper. Nobody will hear
yeah, I
it.
remember you telling
but
me
the
this.
only person on the other side.
Just like at the U.S. Capitol.
Yes, it's the same thing. And then if you stand in the middle, and so the Texas Rangers are the ones who take care of the building.
Okay, yep.
So they stand there and they will clap above you and everybody hears the clap, you hear it echo. So it goes up and down in the perfect dome within the dome. And it's funny because there was this one guy that was there and he was like, yeah, okay, whatever, this is no big deal. And we were just standing there watching because this was probably the 5th time we were there. And I'm like, really, you should try it. And the guy's eyes, he's like, okay. So he stands there and lets the guys clap. And his eyes just burst open with the shock of what it was. And he was thankful.
Wait a minute, Billy. So here you covered how many of those words? Thankful,
Started out
thankfully,
thankless.
thankless.
Yeah,
that's
he was
right.
thankless and he became thankful.
Have
It
you
was-
ever been to the Texas Ranger Museum in Texas?
That I haven't done.
Yeah,
no.
we were there and went, and we looked at everything. Everything. It's not ginormous, but everything there in the different time periods and how they trained you, how the Rangers became. It was fascinating. We had a really good time.
So FYI,
But we only went once, and we were thankful that we had the opportunity to go.
if you're ever driving in Texas and there is a Texas Ranger or there's a police officer on the side of the road and you go by and blow off his hat, it's actually a ticket. So I know it's not funny.
Lauren,
so,
make a note.
so,
Don't ever
yes.
knock off a Ranger's hat as you're driving by. So
it's
creep
a big
by
deal.
really slow.
It's a big deal. Like if you're on the freeway and you did it, they'll pull you over and you get a ticket for it. I'm like, y'all are weird, but okay.
But you're thankful for
I am
them.
thankful.
That's
I was
right.
thankful
Yes.
to live there and thankful to be back in Minnesota.
Back in Minnesota. All right, so if we're looking at Thanksgiving as how it got here, I mean, we all have the understanding of the Pilgrims coming over for religious freedom because they weren't able to worship there the way that and there were not just ones from England, there were some from, was it Denmark or wherever? There's a whole bunch in getting here, and it's supposed to be a land of gold and milk and honey type of thing, and realizing it wasn't. And then there's this thing called winter.
Yeah.
And
East
understanding
Coast.
water and what kind of the agrarian needs of different plants and all of that, learning that process. And the romanticized story is that the natives that were here, that this was their land, they helped them, and they did. They kept them alive. And the process, but so many of those original colonists died in that process. There wasn't a whole lot that were alive within the next year after getting through the winter. So we look at it as a day of Thanksgiving for our blessings, but they looked at it as a day of Thanksgiving for their survival.
Right.
And that any of them were still alive, and planting the dream that they had for this freedom to be able to live and express themselves as they wished, and not in a violent, horrible way, but in a community-minded way. We want to build and care for community and respect others, but we want to have that same respect given back to us. And it is hard. It's hard to imagine what that's like. I mean, this idea of being an immigrant transplanting to a soil, but being transplanted into a soil where you're not expected to survive, where you have to create everything that you need. They brought stuff with them, but they had to create everything that they needed, from shelter and finding water and all of that. It seems so surreal. It seems like a story, and it is a story. I've never, I mean, I've camped. I've camped in a tent. I've camped at a racetrack. That's a big barren experience to camp at a racetrack. It's kind of scary because not everybody there behaves the same way I do. Imagine that. But I have nothing that communicates what that was like. I mean, the idea of the sacrifice and the fearfulness.
And one of the things that the reference material that you have for us, Pastor Arlene, highlighted is their age. They were in their mid-20s, to mid-30s. So this was not a terribly experienced group.
Yes.
Right? Just with
There weren't a whole lot of terribly experienced people in the world that would do this type of thing.
I mean, they would have been more experienced than we think of a 20 or
Absolutely.
30-year-old.
Yeah.
Because they probably at the age of 12 or 11 were doing their thing.
Exactly,
Within,
yep.
within
Apprenticeships
family
into-
apprenticeships and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So much more responsible than what our current
We're responsible for survival type
Yes.
things.
Yeah.
But still, what that would have, because they still were coming from a community that had everything that they needed.
Yes.
Yep. So how could we extrapolate that? Not heartbeat, but that kind of crystallize it down and bring that same type. If we're going to bring into our celebrations of Thanksgiving, how do you bring that thankfulness? Not our American now thankfulness, but the American when we started thankfulness. I mean, I know people read the story, you can have conversations, but it just made me wonder, do I understand? Am I thankful enough? Do I really understand what has been given to me? And I would like to say yes, but every time you go through it and you see the cost, and when you actually read the cost on both sides and all the diseases that were brought and how many of the native tribes and that whole big mess, it cost a lot for us to be here. I mean, it cost a lot of individuals for us to be able to celebrate. We're going to be celebrating when we do Thanksgiving. And just, I don't know, right now my head says just to pause a moment of silence, giving our table guest 30 seconds to just pause and appreciate knowing everything you have around you has cost someone else so it can come into your life. When we come back from our station break, we're going to get a little bit lighter mode, and I'm going to have a little test for my table mates and see if they can pass the Thanksgiving quiz.
Such great discussion and content makes you want to dig in even more to the Word. We'll get right back to it shortly. In the meantime, here's more information about the church and where to find this show and many others like it.
Maranatha has campuses in Forest Lake, Minnesota, and Chisago Lakes, Minnesota. We have been serving our communities for decades, well over 40 years of loving God and loving people. Enjoy what you're hearing here? Visit yourliferadio.com for links to our other radio shows.
We would love to have you join us at one of our Maranatha campuses. Visit yourliferadio.com for links to both of our campuses for more detailed information. Now, back to Chew on This.
Alrighty. Are you ready for a Thanksgiving Day quiz? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Sheer silliness. Sorta. Okay. All right. Earlier in the podcast, we talked about Sarah Hale, who is the one who who worked very hard for 10 years, 10 plus years, to get Thanksgiving as a national American holiday. Any idea what her middle name might be?
No.
Abigail.
Well, guess. Come on, Pastor Robin, give a guess.
Eunice.
Hey, Lauren, what do you think a good name, a middle name for a Sarah Hale would be? We have Eunice and what did you say?
Abigail.
Abigail and Eunice.
Anne.
Oh, Sarah Ann Hale. Oh, you guys are so far off. I mean, really, you should have known this. It's Sarah Josepha Hale. So perhaps her father's name was Joseph?
Oh, you wonder.
Yeah, Josepha. I've never heard that before. First time I've seen that. That's why I thought it'd be a fun question.
I got all kinds of, what could a nickname be out of that?
Pho.
Jojo.
I'm thinking pho. Now I'm hungry. I want some pho.
I know. We're all good.
Yeah. Melissa, make me some pho. You make really good pho. All right. So let's see. Where was the first Thanksgiving?
Was on the East Coast.
Was it on a table or on the ground? I mean,
It was on the ground.
They ate it in a tree.
did they bring the tables out in the yard? I don't know. Plymouth.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Thank you.
Plymouth. What state is Plymouth in?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, yeah. Remember what year? Hey, Lauren, do you remember what year it was in? Try 1621. You'd be right.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it's a few. Now, it says here in these notes that some historians actually argue that Massachusetts might not have been the true site for the first Thanksgiving. They think it could have been in what state?
Maine.
Maine?
Pennsylvania.
No.
Rhode Island?
No. You're never going to guess. Florida. There's no notes why they think that. So somebody, just like we read about the Texas to say that Padre Juan de Cadillo troops in 1541, here they're saying, no, it was in Florida.
Because they were trying to find the Fountain of Youth.
Yes,
That's Cortez.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh, what book was I reading? Something about Spain and America. Anyway, coming into Florida scared them because it was nothing but marshes, and it was so hard to get through. They didn't think there was anyone living there, any tribes living there, until they started to see them in the whatever you would call it. It can't really call it a forest. All right, so where was the first Thanksgiving? Okay, how many people? Oh, no, that's not people. That's years. Sorry. All righty. Nope, that's not what we want. Sorry, there's dead time. All right. Okay, what did they eat at the first Thanksgiving? Lauren, what do you think they ate?
Some sort of animal.
There you go.
That's mice.
Yep.
They ate cats. They ate, no.
Fish.
Fish.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yes.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Maize.
Oh,
Maize.
yeah. Maize.
Maize, what's that?
It's some form of corn.
Yeah,
Is that
there we
April?
go.
Is that after April?
All right, so turkeys were indigenous, but there is no record of a big roasted bird. They say that I want to make sure I'm going to butcher it, but I want to be able to say the name of the native tribe. Wampanoag. We'll go with Wampanoag. That tribe, they brought deer. There would have been a lot of local seafood. They say like mussels. My husband would be so happy. Lobster and bass, and then plus fruits of the first Pilgrim harvest because they're thankful that their harvest grew and they were able to. And it included pumpkin. So they must have had pumpkin spice. But they don't think there were any mashed potatoes. My kids would be so sad because there's nothing to put your pickle in because we eat our mashed potatoes with pickles. My husband's weird. Just pass it down to my children. They all do it.
How funny.
Yeah. It's
kind of
actually quite
pickle?
nice. Oh, a really nice, crunchy little baby dill pickle.
Okay, deal.
So potatoes at this time had only been recently shipped back to Europe from South America.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't have any.
No taters,
No
bridges.
potatoes. No whipped potatoes. No baked potatoes.
No cheesy potatoes.
No cheesy potatoes. Someone told me they make green bean stuffing that tastes like green bean casserole but with stuffing in it. And it's her favorite dish.
Interesting.
That's kind of accomplishing a couple of things at once.
Okay, so when did America first call for a national Thanksgiving? When did America call? Like, we need to do this. It was before Sarah Josepha Hale got involved.
Really?
Prior to that.
I have no idea.
It says America first called for a national day of Thanksgiving to celebrate the victory over the British in the Battle of Saratoga. And then, so that had to be before 1789, because in 1789, George Washington again called for a national day of thanks on the last Thursday of November to commemorate the end of the Revolutionary War and a ratification of the Constitution.
Wow.
They really did
yeah.
understand what Thanksgiving was.
Yes.
They understood this is what we're doing.
Pause
We are
it.
the pause of the whole nation. Take a moment and be thankful for what has happened.
Well, when you do that, you realize what your current state cost you.
Yes.
And that's where, not to get all holy and spiritual here type of thing, but when we look at the biblical definition like we did in Monday's program, at our Thanksgiving, do we understand we really have, living here in America and our history, we are really a blessed nation. And do we, well, I've earned it all. I have a right to do this. It's like, no, we're needing to look back, because if you look, especially at the beginning of the Revolutionary War, and you go through that, it's amazing that we won. Not that, it was just a battle where it could have been either or. And seeing God's hand of anointing, they would say that. George Washington actually says that. And so the whole process of being very grateful and thankful for who we are and what we have to match what George Washington was saying. Yeah.
Well, and that makes sense then of why Sarah Hale was saying, let's do this and maybe stop the Civil War from
division.
happening.
Correct.
That's because
Yes, using
that lets everybody
So
stop.
she
and
wasn't being over. She wasn't being
No.
a feminine perspective. She's
Or
actually just
spiritual
being
or anything,
just being understanding a historian perspective.
Yes.
We need to do this.
we go back to Washington. Remember, this is what he did because of this.
Well, when they first wrote some of these founding documents, they put in there that we will not have slavery, because the slaves were brought over by England. They weren't here. Slavery was not here. It was brought over. And it's funny because I think they did away with slavery before we did. England did, if I remember my history correctly. So it's funny because it came here with them.
Wilberforce.
Yeah. But making that stand of, I will be thankful, because thankful helps me not be stupid.
right,
Yes.
exactly.
And one of the brilliances, I think, of these national days together is that they help define and cultivate national identity, group think, group value. This
Very
is,
much
as
so.
a community, what we value.
Yeah.
All right, so which president refused to recognize Thanksgiving?
Wow, I
Just
had
said,
no
we're
idea.
not going to do that. I'm not a thankful person. No, just kidding. Just didn't want it.
Calhoun.
Who?
Isn't there a Calhoun that was? I'm thinking of an obscure one because I think we would hear about it if it was.
I don't know.
It's not obscure.
Was it Teddy
Oh, really?
Roosevelt? Okay, no idea. Wow.
What was the Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
Oh, you're going to love this.
What?
Thomas Jefferson.
What?
Really?
That's
He
a
was the only
surprise.
founding father who refused to declare days of Thanksgiving because he felt it crossed the line of separation between church
That's
and
what
state.
I was wondering. I was wondering if that was it because he did not. Yes, interesting. That
Interesting.
Was, yeah. Yep.
Yep, because there was some fear there, and I
Yeah,
understand
of
where it
course.
came from
Yes.
because that was part of
Yep.
what started our country is
Yep.
messing up with that.
Yep.
Okay, Lauren, I'm sending this to you first because I think you're going to be able to get this one. I've always wondered this, and I'm just amazed they have it here. What does the poem "Mary Had a Little Lamb" have to do with Thanksgiving?
I have no clue.
Why is that question even there? I don't know. Mary, she had a little lamb. She was thankful.
This was
It's white as snow.
And everywhere that
When
Mary went,
the lamb was sure to go. What does that
I
got
don't
to do
know.
with Thanksgiving?
Oh, the
Guess who wrote "Mary Had a Little Lamb"?
Sarah Hale.
She did. Sarah Josepha Hale.
She did?
She did.
Really?
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, that was. I'm like, it has to be.
I know. It had absolutely nothing really to do except that woman.
Yes.
Wow.
No, funny.
Yes. Way to go, Sarah.
I guess so.
Okay. How long has pumpkin... Oh, first, let's go there. Who likes pumpkin pie?
Oh, I
Lauren,
do.
are you a pumpkin
I
pie?
like pumpkin pie, but I'm not like a big pie fan in general. So I mean, you can only have so much before you just
You're done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like it with or without a whipped cream?
with.
Oh, yes. Okay, how about you, Michelle?
I like pumpkin pie. It's one of my favorites.
Oh, wonderful. Do you make it yourself or do you have someone bake it for you?
Oh.
Or you pick it up?
We buy a frozen one from
Okay.
the.
Okay.
If somebody can make it better than me, I don't need to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that, Sam. How about you? You pumpkin?
I do like pumpkin. If I'm going to be baking and that kind of a pie is on the thing, it's not going to be pumpkin, though. It would be sweet potato.
Oh,
Sweet potato pie?
Does it taste
Southern
like
girl.
pumpkin pie?
A little bit.
A little bit. It has a different
that same
consistency.
spice. Oh, does it?
Yep.
I love
All right.
sweet potatoes. Oh my
So,
gosh, I'm really hungry. you
I
guys.
love sweet potatoes too. Cooked in the oven until they're saying you can take the skins out.
Yes, butter. All you need is some butter.
There's no butter. I don't eat
Oh,
butter.
no, you can't have butter. But
All right. So, how long has pumpkin pie been a traditional part of Thanksgiving? Pumpkin pie was a staple in New England. Thanksgiving on New England tables as far back as the 18th century. Legend has it that the Connecticut town of Colchester postponed its Thanksgiving feast for a week in 1705 due to a molasses shortage. There could simply be no Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie. So apparently in their recipe there's molasses.
yes,
So I guess it was around and it was important.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This one is really important too. Yes or no to cranberries?
Oh, yeah.
And do you want it canned or fresh? Lauren.
Okay, my mom makes cranberries and they're pretty good. I don't like the chunks though. I just like the sauce part.
Sauce.
But they're really sweet to me. So I don't really eat them, but they're good.
They're very good for you. Robin, cranberries. Yes.
Yes. I
Canned
make-
or
homemade.
fresh?
Fresh.
Or whatever we'd call that.
Yep.
Yeah, homemade fresh, and they don't have to be sweet because they make them because I don't eat sugar. They just make mine with just a titch, so it's not so
Oh, I put honey in mine. Don't do
yeah.
sugar either.
interesting.
And it has to be the homemade because the
Oh,
can
they're
is
so good.
gross. It's just like,
I
I've
actually
never had the can.
oh, don't eat it. Oh,
Well, I used to like to eat it and like you put it in your mouth and you suck it because it's gel.
And that is why it's gross.
And you slice it.
Okay, here we go. Cranberries were eaten by Native Americans and used as a potent red dye. Ain't that the truth?
Yes.
But sweetened cranberry relish. Oh, yeah, you could do a
that'd be
relish
really
with
good.
fresh ones. I'm going to have to look for that recipe.
Oranges.
Was not on the first Thanksgiving table. The Pilgrims had long exhausted their sugar supply by November of 1621. Marcus Uran canned the first jelly cranberry sauce in 1912. So up until 1912, there was not any ocean spray jiggle jiggle cranberry sauce.
Wow.
When you can get canned that are not the gel, they have
You can have cans that are the whole ones.
Canned cranberry
canned
sauce that's not a
cranberries that
gel?
are- yeah, they're not as. They have bunches of. They have whole cranberries in there.
Yeah, I ain't buying it. Okay, here we go. How did a botched Thanksgiving order lead to the TV tray dinner?
Oh,
I don't know, but that's intriguing.
No, I don't have any notes on it.
Oh.
There we go. It must be one that you have to hit and watch a video.
Oh.
I don't do that too often.
Did you guys ever eat the? That was one of my favorite ones. The banquet.
Salisbury steak?
No, frozen dinner. The turkey. They had a turkey one that had
sure, mashed potatoes.
And gravy.
Yeah.
My mom worked, so we ate a bunch of those things.
I do have the notes. They're right
good.
here. It was just 2 pages over because I printed the pictures as well. All right, here we go. Repeat of the question. Why did a botched Thanksgiving order lead to the TV tray dinner? Are we ready, everybody? Anticipation. In 1953, an employee at C.A. Swanson & Sons overestimated the demand for Thanksgiving turkey, and the company was left with how many tons of extra frozen birds? How many tons do you think?
Whoa.
Just guess. How many tons of birds that didn't sell?
10.
10 tons?
20.
260 tons.
Talk about a purchasing error. Oh, my goodness.
Talk about forced creative thinking.
Yes.
As a solution, Swanson salesman ordered 5,000 aluminum trays, devised a turkey meal, and recruited an assembly line of workers to compile what would become the first TV tray dinner.
Wow.
A culinary hit was born. In the first full year of production, 1954, the company sold how many turkey TV trays dinners the first year they did it? What do you think, Lauren?
500.
500? Their first year. First full year of production they sold. We have 500 on the table. Michelle?
I would 10,000.
10,000?
Yeah, that's right where my head went to.
10,000.
10,000.
Well, the 10 was right.
Yeah.
But put an M behind it. 10 million.
That was. I wondered if it was up in the millions.
Well, they had to get rid of all those tons of turkeys,
what I'm
otherwise it'd go
thinking.
bad.
Oh, well, somebody found, hey, I ain't cooking. I understand that sentiment.
Wow.
yeah,
I know.
because you eat it all year.
Yeah, I love turkey. Why is football a Thanksgiving tradition?
No
I
idea.
know, but it's always the Lions.
You mean there's football at Thanksgiving? That's my answer. Okay, it happened. The winning combo of football and Thanksgiving was kicked off way before the NFL was created. The first Thanksgiving football game was a college match between Yale and Princeton in 1876, only 13 years after Lincoln made Thanksgiving a national holiday. So 13 years later, it started.
Wow.
Wow, that's a long time ago. College ball.
Soon after Thanksgiving was picked for the date of the college football championships. By the 1890s, thousands of college and high school football rivalries were played every Thanksgiving. So it grew into a custom, but it happened pretty quick.
Wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
This one will be fun. How well do you know your presidents? Which president received a raccoon as a Thanksgiving gift? You can have all the raccoons but my house. They bug me.
I have no idea.
Old or new? Is like a long time ago?
Older, yeah. Yeah. It wouldn't be new. It wouldn't be. What?
Wow. Do we
I'll just
even
keep
have a
saying
President
Calhoun.
Calhoun?
You're right. No, it's not. You're not, Catherine. I'm sorry.
Harry Truman.
Harry Truman, no. You want to take a stab, Lauren?
No.
Okay. It's 1926.
Okay.
President Calvin Coolidge,
Oh,
so
cool.
close, received a somewhat odd Thanksgiving gift in the form of a live raccoon meant to be eaten. The Mississippi man who sent it called raccoon meat toothsome.
Oh.
The Coolidge family adopted the pet and named it Rebecca.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Calhoun was never a president. He was a vice president twice.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't think so. Rebecca was only the latest addition to their already substantial White House menagerie that included a black bear, a wallaby, a pygmy hippo named Billy. The pygmy hippo.
Pygmy hippo.
They had a pygmy hippo. Calvin
Wallaby down.
Coolidge. There we go.
Who knew? That's so
Interesting.
So
interesting.
Rebecca had other people. Okay, when was the first Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade?
My girlfriend loves it.
Have you seen the movie with Maureen O'Hara, the Thanksgiving Day parade one about Santa Claus or whatever?
Yeah. Miracle on 34th something Street.
Yes.
Natalie Wood is
Miracle
the little
on
girl.
34th Street.
She blows the gum.
Yeah.
She's a great-
1953. What do you think?
We have 1953. What do you have, Michelle? Lauren has one.
1963.
1963, 53.
57.
1924.
Wow.
2.51 million watched. Where?
They had to watch it there.
Herald Square, yeah. Yes, they did.
no
Really?
TV.
Really? Maybe they listened to it.
They might have.
Maybe they
might have radio.
transported themselves. To celebrate the expansion of its Herald Square Superstore, Macy announced its very first big Christmas parade for 2 weeks before Thanksgiving in 1924, promising magnificent floats, bands, and an animal circus. It was a huge success. So Macy's trimmed the parade route from 6 miles.
Wow.
6
Wow,
miles.
that's a long mile.
Yeah, march and twirl that baton, baby. To 2 miles, and signed a TV contract with NBC to broadcast the now famous Macy's.
So when did
parade.
they start broadcasting it?
It doesn't say. 1924. Okay, when did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade start featuring balloons?
Ooh.
It started in 1924. When did they start putting up the big balloons? What do you think, Lauren?
I want to say like 1940s.
Michelle?
Yeah, I would say in the 40s.
40 sound good to you?
Yep.
You have no imagination. 1927.
Wow,
The
that
first
was
oversized
fast.
balloons debuted. The brainchild of Anthony Frederick Sarge. That's okay. Here is our listening audience and everyone here in the studio. We got to drop the name at our Thanksgiving celebrations. Remember, Anthony Frederick Sarge, a German-born puppeteer and theatrical designer, who also created Macy's fantastical Christmas window displays. Those, yeah. The first balloons were filled with oxygen, not helium. That year, they featured Felix the cat. Lauren, do you know who Felix the cat is?
No.
Okay.
Felix the cat.
He's black with a white face, and it
Yes.
looked a very simple cartoon. Yeah. And inflated animals like elephants, tigers, and a giant hummingbird. Well, that was a nice.
wow.
That was a nice ad.
Wow, to create that, you wonder how they created it. That I had no holes.
Yeah, and didn't set it on fire. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those things. Yeah.
That'd be fun. That draws all kinds of special attention when you
Yeah.
blow things up. Okay, here is our very last question for our Tuesday Thanksgiving focused conversation show.
Chit chat.
Our chit chat, our chinwag. I don't know where we got. It was one of those days. Which president tried to move the date of Thanksgiving? And you get an extra point if you know why.
I
What
got
do you
no
think?
points.
Anybody want us to take a stab at the president and then why, or one or the other?
Calhoun.
Gosh. You need meat. You need some kind of protein. Lauren, do you want to take a stab at which president tried to move it?
Can you give me like a multiple choice?
Nope, I cannot. I will not. Now, all right, you want me just to tell you? Sure. good.
Weather?
What?
Was it because of weather?
Weather? Okay, there's a good one. Why would somebody choose to want to move it? We have weather.
Football game.
Football games. It's not basketball, Lauren.
I don't know.
No. Okay. Concerned that the Christmas shopping season was cut short by a late Thanksgiving, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt decreed in 1939 that Thanksgiving would be celebrated a week earlier. Franksgiving, as it was known, was decried by Thanksgiving traditionalists and political rivals. One even compared FDR to Hitler for doing that.
Ooh,
They were
strong
really mad.
language.
It was only adopted by 23 of 48 states. Congress officially moved Thanksgiving back to the fourth Thursday of November in 1941, where it has remained ever since. All right. So tell me one thing as we get ready to close today's show. It's all about Thanksgiving, looking at all the different things, words, history, things that we didn't even know existed, people. What are you going to do? One thing that you are looking forward to doing over, we get the whole weekend to move around. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we usually have those days are a little bit less structured. Lauren, what are you looking forward to doing, not eating over Thanksgiving? Besides sleeping. We have that one down already. In your bed.
Probably just taking a break from like school and stuff.
Yeah. Are you a person who enjoys reading for pleasure?
Yeah, I like reading.
Okay.
does.
Do you have a series you're in or anything like that?
Not right now. I've kind of been in like a book slump. So
Yeah. It's fun when you jump into and you find a series where you know there's more to come.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to think.
What kind of books do you like?
Anything that's not nonfiction.
So you like fiction?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's just a small genre. Yeah. How about you, Michelle?
People.
What are you thinking of looking at?
People.
Peopling?
Peopling.
Your peopling
People
hanging.
coming to my house. People.
Okay. How about you besides amazing Chinese food or Asian food?
Peopling.
Peopling?
Being with my peeps. Relaxing and maybe burning something like
Burning something? Yeah.
bonfire.
Not the
We have
people.
our oldest grandsons are designing the activities for Thanksgiving Day, so we're going to be working on those this weekend.
fun.
Because they're all getting older, and I figured it's time. So we're going to be experiencing. Hopefully, nothing blows up. Well, I'm not going to let my husband be part of it, so nothing will blow up. But looking forward to that. And to you, our listening audience, we encourage you: embrace Thanksgiving. Be thankful, realizing it is a spiritual discipline as well as a physical one, and enjoy that process. And I hope that you have an opportunity to enjoy other people on the day. If not, though, remember, you're never alone. We have an opportunity to live as supernatural beings on this natural planet. And with that, we all wish you the happiest of Thanksgivings. Thank you for listening to Chew on This. We have a great archive of past series and resources at realchurch.org. Look for the Media tab. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at noon for more great conversations on WAJC 88.1 FM and 91.7 FM, Your Life Radio, a ministry of Maranatha Church. We would love to have you join us live at 6:30 p.m. each Wednesday at our Forest Lake campus. Original music, In My Father's Hand, was written and performed by Ron Carlson. A parting thought. As we all are learning to put missional living into practice, let's remember today, wherever we find ourselves, let's love God and love people. See you for the next Chew on This episode. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.